Hey, how's it going? Man, start off, thank you for any likes and subscribes and views or whatever. And man, if you're watching this to make fun of us, watch us. Man, we're going to make some mistakes. If not, we're going to do good too. But whatever the case, I appreciate it. And if you haven't checked it out on YouTube, check it out and give us a like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And let's try to grow this thing. Maybe I can give it away to you one day or give you something good out of it. I don't know, fucking hat or T-shirt or, something. I don't know. Anyhow, man, lately I've gotten a lot of good feedback and a lot of good questions and comments on things and DMs they're really neat, and I'm excited to be doing what we're doing. But the biggest question I get is, hey, what's a good deal? How do you know it's a good deal? Or where are you finding the stuff you're buying? Where are you finding the stuff? And the truth of it is I'm just doing what I'm moving and what I know. Those are the markets that I've watched. Those are the markets that I've been involved with for the last couple of years. Those are the markets that I've seen some numbers on. So it's only natural that I make the progression, into moving into some of the heavy equipment and some of that buy and sell market. And the Harleys, I know them and I like them, and the trucks and cars, I know them and I like them, and that's what I try to do and keep up with. And because of just being involved, I keep an eye on the market and know what's going on, know what's out there, know what's a good deal, know when somebody's selling something right, and know when someone's breaking even or fair or taking a big loss. And that's what we're trying to not do with whatever that we do. We don't want to take a loss. But with that being said, I've had some people comment and send me things. Hey, do you think this is a good deal? And there's been some really good questions, and it sparks some really good research, and it turns into down a rabbit hole of looking and researching is what it turns into. And that's why I stick to what I know. But one of the things, I just wanted to give you all some examples. One of the things I got was a 2010 BMW R1200 for $9,500, pretty low mile bike. It was clean, it was nice, I liked it. That's a big market. There's a lot of people that like those. There's a lot of people that are into them right now. And there's a lot of people transitioning out of the Harleys and out of some of the sport bikes, classes and things into those cross-country type bikes because they are better road handling bikes. So the idea to be in that market or look towards that market does really interest me, especially if there's some money to be made buying and selling some of those, because I get more out of just buying and selling something. We like playing with them. We're car guys and we're truck guys and we're bike guys, and we like having the stuff here. So it's really not working. It's just kind of living and moving, which is fun for us. But this bike, we ended up doing some research on it, and it was at $9,500 for 2010, which come to find out was a real fair market price, probably on the lower end of market, which is good for the seller because he will sell it. That's an indication that he is a motivated seller. Either he's paid the bike off, still owes a little bit of money on, it's looking to pay it off and drag a little bit of money out. But the price is set fair, and he's motivated. That's good for him. That's good for the market. That's going to put somebody in a really nice bike for a really fair price. That's not good for us. That's not good to buy and sell. We got to come in under that, obviously, because my goal is to be at the bottom of the market or in the middle of the market, but have the best one there for the lowest price. And in order to do that, you really have to do your research on the buy, and then you're doing good for things. But anyhow, that one wasn't a good one for me. Wasn't a good one for anybody unless you wanted a 2010 BMW R1200, which is great. I do want one, all of them really, but not today, not in this climate. The next one was a 2003 Toyota Sequoia, which is a full-size SUV that was I'm priced really cheap, just at $4,000. and it had some miles on it. But we all know Toyotas are great vehicles, and they're going to go for a lot of miles. So Toyota is one of those things, and Hyundai, like the forklifts that we move, they're one of those things where you don't be scared of the miles or a lot of hours on some of those Japanese and foreign units, because they're built to last. Some of them will go 1,000,000 miles, and some of them will go 500,000 with maybe a timing belt and an overhead ran, and that's good. Which this one had a lot of miles on it, close to 200. But for the year and the cleanliness of the vehicle and for the money, I think it'd probably be a good buy, because you could clean that up. You could spend very few hours on it, maybe no money if it didn't need any tires or AC work. Just do an honest service, honest, front to back, rear end transmission, check the brakes, check the wheel seals. If it needs shocks, put the shocks on. Big thing on some of these is if it needs a windshield, put the windshield in it. Because man, when they're looking out of a clean windshield sitting behind this car, man, this is a clean car. This windshield don't have a crack in it. It's not even sandblasted. That's gonna add 5 times the value of the windshield just by putting it in there. And we do that with a lot of the machines. We put all new glass in them because it just makes things look so fresh. And it does make things fresh. It takes care of any seals that might be leaking or drying or air noises. It really adds. It's a simple thing, but it really adds to the vehicle. And you do something like that with that Sequoia, I think you could sell it. And maybe I don't know, but it's real possible you could double your money, like at $4,000. You could double the money, because there's a market for under $10,000 cash vehicles. And that vehicle not only will cover the realm of the big family that's trying to get out of some debt and get into a cash vehicle, but it also covers the realm of the worker man, because it's a big vehicle with a V8. It's got a towing capacity. It's got a roof rack. Man, you could throw sheetrock, lumber, whatever you wanted to. Throw the whole crew in the truck and go to work. And you could do that for under 10 grand or right at 10 grand. Man, that's making money for somebody, and that's a cash car for somebody. And when they go back and they look at 3 or 4 years down the road and the miles they put on it and the hours they put on it and the jobs they got done with it, when they go to look at how much money per mile this car has cost them, it's going to be real low. Or even time per dollar, time to dollar that they owned the vehicle. Man, you could get an easy 3 to 5 years worth of life out of that. And for 8 to 10 grand with that market, that's good. Throw it away when you're done with it at that point. And whoever bought it and sold it to you did good and made decent money, and you got a good vehicle for the time that you had it and drove it. And on top of that, you're driving a really top line. It's an older one, but you're driving a really top line Toyota that's paid for, and no worries. It's just with this COVID stuff going on, there's a market for that, and it's worth exploring, I feel. But those are the good ones I've gotten lately. The Toyota Sequoia asked me, good friend, she asked me, she says, well, do you know of anything? Do I know of anything that I might suggest going to buy or sell? I want to make a little bit of money. And I said, yeah, I got a Harley I know about that needs to get sold. And I know a couple of Harleys where they're at. And there was laughter. And, it was, why do you always go to a Harley was the question to that. And it's because what I know. I know where the market is. I'm in chat groups with friends on Instagram and Facebook and text groups where we're Harley guys, and we're paying attention to what's popular and what's not, and what's selling and what's not, what looks stupid and what doesn't. And, these guys are constantly modifying, trading, tricking out, and doing all this stuff to their bikes. So we know where the market is, and we kind of know where it's at. And so it's really easy to jump in and just grab that pencil and start writing thing, rather than shop for it and shop the market. Whereas with like the BMW, I would have had to, take the time out and shop the market and make a lot of moves and a lot of calls and a lot of research before I could make the call to make the deal happen. Whereas if you get involved and stay involved in a market or a brand that you know and trust and is reliable and resellable, then you're on top of it already, because the information is right where it needs to be. And that's going to be a big deal if they ever take this internet away, because you're gonna have to buy and sell, and that market's still gonna have to be there. And if they take this internet away, we don't know. We just don't know. But anyhow, those were the questions, and think about it and think about the long term of these things. And really, if anyone's in the market to buy and sell anything, what I would suggest more than anything is be fair and be honest and try to deliver a really nice product or car or vehicle, whatever, clothes, whatever you're buying and selling. Try to be honest and deliver a good product for the market that you're in. And, I think that's how you're going to build credit and long friends and long-term friends and repeat customers that are going to sustain you for a long time to come. Anyhow, I appreciate you taking the time out to watch. And hey, be sure to like and subscribe or give us a follow or share. And I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Have a good weekend.